Last time we were out in a wheat field with Amanda, it was icy, it was windy, it was cold, it was snowy, but this week it's actually a lot nicer, and it's the beginning of really the growing season for the wheat crop.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's this field at least is much better than what we expected. Basically what we are seeing here, it's more like a cosmetic leaf tip burn, cosmetic damage, that's how we would call. But of course we would need a few more days or weeks to fully assess the potential damage of this freeze on the overall wheat crop in the state.
So really we're in kind of better shape than what we may have thought as far as coming out of the possibility of some pretty hard freeze damage there. What have you seen across the state?
So basically what I am hearing, it's more of this leaf tip burn, but some locations didn't get as much as the snow or got that snow drifted, and those wheats that were planted late were a little smaller than this, for example, so they were maybe in a tougher situation. But as of now, we cannot really estimate the potential damage, but we have basically two scenarios: that wheat that was well developed and maybe was getting close to reaching that first hollow stem when the freeze came in, and it looks good. I mean, it's overall, right, it's going to be on a field by field cases, but it's better than what I expected, what I am hearing at least. And that wheat that it was planted late, it is a little bit smaller, so that's the wheat that we are going to be watching closely to see whether he suffered much or not.
And with that, the growing point was a lot of times under the ground, but with the first hollow stem, that's going to start coming out of the ground. And what should producers be doing right now?
Yeah, so right now it's a good time to start scouting for that first hollow stem. So a lot of factors will influence the onset of first hollow stem. For example, varieties can differ as much as 3 weeks in the onset of first hollow stem. So we have seen here that some varieties are already past that threshold, and some varieties are getting into that threshold now. And with days like this, I think the wheat's going to start taking off. So it's good. It's a good practice going out in the field, maybe checking in the edge of their fields, wheat that has not been grazed, split it and try to look for the developing head. They're intending to take that crop for yield. We have seen, our research has shown that grazing past first hollow stem can have an impact in as much as 5% of yield loss per day. So it depends on the growing conditions. It can vary from 1 to 5%.
Whenever it comes to what producers need to be thinking about moving forward, what advice do you have for them?
So I think I think we still have a good yield potential in our crop, at least from what I'm hearing and seeing. So just continue with that top dressing plans, start scouting for diseases as we enter in the growing season. And in some fields that are in that iffy situation, if they don't know yet about the potential impact of that freeze, split up stems and look for the developing head.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Amanda Silva, Extension Small Grain Specialist here at Oklahoma State University.